Okay, new webcam. Oh my god, that really shows how ginger my hair is. Oh my god. Anyway, guys, we got a new webcam. This piece of shit one, was completely awful, and I don't know if you can hear that. It is. There's something loose in it, right? So it's basically garbage. Anyway, so better content from now on. Anyway, what made me want to make this video is I've been going on Reddit a lot, on a lot of game dev subreddits, and I stumbled across this, and it's a really simple yet clunky kind of fun movement, and I was like, I want to create this. So I thought it'd be a pretty interesting idea for a video, just to go through Reddit and find cool things to make, and then try make them myself. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, and after a little bit of modeling, I have one that looks pretty good, a little player. Now I've realized that I've unintentionally completely copied RimWorld. not perfectly. I think the eyes usually have like a little eyelash, but I think this works for our purpose. And this is what it looks like in Photoshop after I've done a little bit of editing. So I think it looks pretty good. Let's chuck this into Unity. Okay, if I stop and analyze what this looks like, it looks like there's a little bit of left to right movement with the character, which could be done as a sine wave, and there's also probably up and down movement, which looks a little bit like a sine wave as well. There's also rotation, which can also be handled that way. Okay, inside of Unity, we have a rotation rig, which I'm going to use to rotate the player from left to right, and we have the character sprite, which can be used for the up and down and left to right movement. So all we're going to do is make a script to rotate the rig with a sine wave, and then hook that same pattern up. Every time it's to either side, we can make it be up in the air, and then when it's on the ground, obviously we want it planted on where the character pivot is. Okay, so I've set up something pretty easy. So if I go ahead and click play, we're going to rotate from left to right. I've only done rotation, mind you, for right now. And if I turn off this is moving right here, we go back to our resting position. And if we turn it back on, we'll keep going, and then we'll go back to our resting position. And this we'll be able to turn this on and off when we want to. I seriously went through before and explained all my code. You guys don't want to hear that. We're just going to go through this really quickly. Okay, so we have a boolean for is moving, we have a rotation rig and our max rotation angle, and we have our bob speed. We also have a float here called t. T gets incremented every frame by time.delta time multiplied by bob speed. We then plug that into the sine value to return a sine value of t. And then we apply that to a rotation rig so we get the back and forwards movement. And we're lerping so then it's smooth. And now we just need to apply it to the position to get that up and down movement. Okay, now we have left to right movement. Sorry, up and down movement as well. And we can change the angle that we rotate at and actually how high we go. So we can have the actually really funny little hops here. But no, okay. This isn't exactly how it looks. However, it looks pretty good. And I think with some easing functions, this could look really cool. The code for it, super basic. I had to split up the rotation and position, because if you know the way sine waves work, because we want to hop every time we rotate either side, it means we're going to have to multiply the sine, the value input into the sine, by 2, so we get 2 crests for every one of the rotation. Awesome. And then we're just making a Y value and assigning it to a local position with lerp. It's not that hard. And if we turn this off, we'll just go back to normal. A little bit of easing math goes a long way. This is looking really smooth. Looks like he's jumping up and down. Make it even wider angle, and he looks like he's having a good old time. You know, make the bob speed go faster as well. It looks like he's really running. Alright, let's get some movement going with this. And after a little work, I think this actually looks really good. You've got it so then if you are going up, then the eyes actually disappear, and when you're going down, you just walk as usual. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Camera controlled by mouse movement. I think this looks pretty cool. And you know what? Even though it isn't kind of as snappy as the original one, I actually really like how this one turned out. Okay, so the next one I want to look at is this cool little physical dice rolling simulator thing that this person made for their game. So I just want to recreate the dice and be able to figure out which face it lands on, because I actually think it's a really cool, interesting concept to use. I'm going to be doing it with a 6-sided, because I can't be bothered to doing it with a icosahedron. However, I think the math should be the same. So if it works with a six-sided dice, we'll try it with another one. Okay, and after a little bit, I've gone ahead and modeled a decently looking dice. So I'm gonna render this out and get this into Unity. And we have a pretty primitive little dice roller here. Rolls out some dice, and they're randomized. Awesome. So now what we need to do is figure out which face is currently pointing up. So I've looked at a little bit of math for it. So I think the way we do it is we take the dot product between... There we go, someone actually said it in the comments. So you compare the dot products of the vector3.up and all the facing direction of the die faces, and I think we should just be able to... We'll look at the numbers and see which ones are the top, or which ones are the correct values, and we'll figure it out from there. Hey, look at that, the code works perfectly first try. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. So whichever number's closest to 1, we can I mean, this one's on an angle here. But whichever one's 1, or at least the closest to 1, we can consider to be the top face. And I mean, all the code is we're just taking the dot product of vector3.up and then each transform, so we can just figure it out. Sweet. And once again, I think I'm on a roll. No pun intended. It should work. If we go ahead and select the dice here, let's select this one. Current result is 3. Let's select this one. Current result is 1. That one. Current result is 5, which makes sense. Yep. This one. Current result is 2. Wow. I really wasn't expecting to get a dice roller working this easy in Unity. Awesome. I don't know. I guess this one's done way quicker than the one before. Cool. On to the next one. So the last one I took inspiration from was this lava shader. It's a little bit different, but you know, I thought this guy's new lava shader looked pretty cool, and I think I know exactly how to do it. But I'm gonna add a few little extra features to it. Anyway, let's get right into this one. Okay, so I've been doing a little work, and I got something I'm pretty proud of. So if we click play, we actually have some flowing lava, and I mean, I haven't done any textures yet. However, this is the shader graph for the flow map, so it's taken me a few minutes. I don't know, so it's been a lot longer since the last time I recorded anything. Sweet, let's get on to making a texture now. Okay, now we have some color on the lava. It's looking decent. Kind of look like beans at the moment, but we can change that. I think now it's looking a lot better. I added a little bloom, and I also added a blend between a darker and a lighter color more further towards the top. So now I'm gonna get a little glow coming from the top of the lava, because, I mean, that's like classic lava look, and then I will try to get some smoke particles coming off it. And we're done. We have very nice looking lava. We have these little ember particles coming up, or we have smoke emanating off it. But yeah, so we have this very nice looking lava that's flowing. We have these particle systems going up. I actually really like the embers. I think that works really well. And yeah, I just added this background for contrast. Yeah, so that's the lava done. Sweet. I'm actually not quite done with the lava. I thought of something really fun I could do. What if I made it so you drop a ball down, or drop something down, and it lands in the lava, and it like explodes with like smoke, like a massive puff of smoke coming up. I think that'll be really cool. I'm gonna get on to doing that, because that's gonna make the video a little longer, but also will be very fun to do. Okay, we've got a real simple circle spawning script. I can just like click around and circles drop, and we will eventually get them, so then when they hit this lava, they will explode. But yeah, the code is like super simple. We're just checking it whenever the mouse button gets down, so basically if it's not, then we just return. We get the mouse button of the camera, set the position to 0 on the Z, and then we instantiate it. Pretty goddamn simple. Awesome, now the circles are getting destroyed whenever they touch the lava. Pretty simple. We're just using an on-trigger into 2D, and we already have this all set up, so let's just add an effect. And voila, we are done. Look at that. I quite like that smoke particle effect. I think it looks really cute. And then the only thing I could change is maybe random number of smoke particles. Maybe we do count between 20 and 100. Yeah, so some are like really dense, some are not. I like that. Sweet as. Well, that's lava done. I'm pretty happy with how this works. Sweet. Today we made some really cool stuff in Unity, and I think it's really important to do this type of thing. It's to just go online and take inspiration from other people and apply it to projects of your own. Even if you're not going to use them in a game you're making, even if it's just to develop your skills, I think it's really important to do this. Today we made a really cool character controller, we made some cool lava, and we made some cool dice rolling mechanics. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Bit of a different one. I kind of liked making it though. It's, after work, it's kind of nice just to do something like this and not focus on kind of a serious project. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.